Hello everybody, and I'm so excited that you all have tuned in to find out 6 signs that your child needs a tutor. So what are the 6 signs your child needs a tutor? Well, I'm so glad you asked because I will tell you. Again, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Ms. Harvey. I am a certified teacher. I have a tutoring company that specializes with grades K through 12th grade in all subject matters, and our tutors do come to your home. So with no further ado, let's go over the 6 ways to know if your child needs a tutor. So the number 1 way is that your child's grades are slipping. They may be turning in work that is not properly done, and as a result they're getting grades that do not reflect their full potential. So when they're coming back home, they're bringing you grades where you know this isn't what they normally bring home, and you know that they're capable of more. And so you may look at the grades that are being brought home and you may be so puzzled and confused as to why they're receiving these grades. But more often than not, it's just the simple fact that your child may need a little additional help to help them to master the subject area or the new concepts that are being taught to them in their particular grade level. The second way to know if your child needs a tutor is if your child is mismanaging their time. Now, when I refer to mismanaging their time, what I mean is that they may be off task, often daydreaming, or they may even put off projects and postpone homework because they may not be able to understand the subject matter that's being taught, which results in even more of a complicated problem because as the workload increases, your child falls further and further behind. That is something we absolutely do not want. Now, the third way to tell if your child needs a tutor is if your child is consistently confused. Now, sometimes a child is underperforming because he or she simply doesn't understand the homework. This can apply to in-class work as well. So they may be confused about the concepts being taught. And honestly, it may not even be their fault as much as it might be the fact that the teacher is teaching it in a way that doesn't reach the child. And when I say that, I mean that some children are visual creatures. Some children learn better through other ways. But the whole point is that whatever way that your child learns best, whether it's by touching manipulatives or whether it's visually through different demonstrations and different, videos and different forms of media, the point is that the teacher is in the classroom with, let's say, 30 children, and she's not always able to adapt each lesson to meet the needs of every child. Try as she or he may, the teacher is not like the end-all be-all, able to do everything. And so it may be that your child needs to learn in a different way. Hence, that's where the tutor comes in, and the tutor is able to bring resources, bring objects from home, get to know your student, and then get to know what way would best be able to reach your child, what way of teaching, what methodology of teaching would best be able to reach your child, whether it's by teaching them by using superhero objects and counting those objects, or applying maybe like some sort of princess story to a math problem, just making the learning process fun for your child. So your child may be getting confused by the way that the teacher is explaining it, but what that essentially means is that your child just needs an easier way to grasp the concept that's being taught to them, and perhaps may need an even more entertaining way. So if he or she is repeatedly puzzled by certain concepts, well, then that means he or she may not be keeping up with the grade level expectations. So if your child repeatedly expresses anxiety about a test or is defensive when you try to help, a tutor can help him comprehend each subject at the current level to ensure grade advancement. And I know as parents, like, your whole goal is grade advancement. You don't want your child to fall behind. You want your child to succeed. You want your child to get ahead of the learning curve. You don't want your child to fall behind. So if your child is getting confused by the way that the teacher is teaching the subject matter, then it's important that the tutor is able to come in and is able to teach in a way that reaches your child. Parents, the main goal with tutoring, the main purpose of tutoring is to reach your child. And that's something that a teacher in the classroom tries to do for every single one of her 30 students. But let's just face it, she's one person and there's 30 students. That's why a tutor is so key to helping your student to be successful, your child to be successful. Number 4 way to know if your child needs tutoring is that your child lacks confidence. So when you notice your child getting stuck on certain skills over time, or if your child is hesitant raising their hand in class, they may be lacking confidence. And you will know this because your child's teacher will most likely come to you and say, hey, I've been noticing that your child has not been raising their hand. They haven't been participating. And excuse me, but if you think about it, more often than not, children by nature are very inquisitive, are very just wanting to share what's on their hearts. They want to participate, they want to engage, and they want to normally please their teachers and of course their parents. And so when they're not raising their hand, it is usually due to a lack of confidence. I can't tell you as a teacher how many times the students who keep their hands down are the ones who aren't sure of the answer, or are often the ones who need reassurance because they don't feel smart enough within themselves. And so they're lacking that confidence. And so that is where, again, a tutor comes in, and a tutor brings in the knowledge to make your child once again feel that surge of confidence, that surge of, yes, I can do that, that surge of, yes, I believe in myself, I know the answer, and I cannot wait to show my friends all the knowledge that I've mastered with my tutor. The number 5 way to know if your child needs a tutor is if you, the parent, are too busy to help with homework any longer. So let's just face it, parents, as great as you are, and you are phenomenal, amazing, great, and everything else, you just may simply be a little bit busy between work, school, other obligations, errands, shopping, laundry, dishes, and the list goes on and on, right? So you simply may be too busy to help with homework, or you may be trying to help with homework in the midst of cooking, answering the phone, changing diapers, but it's not giving your child the exact amount of intentional focus on their homework that they need. So some children are able to just get the information while the parent may be doing other tasks, and the child is able to get the information. Mom yells out the answer from the stove, or the way to solve it from cooking on the stove, and the child is able to just get through it like that. Whereas other children may need for someone to literally sit with them at the kitchen table, explain the concept one way, explain it another way, bring out some manipulatives to show it in a concrete way, and then it clicks. And that's fine. It's just a different way of learning. But if you are too busy as a parent at this time, and let's just not, use busy in a quote unquote bad term, but if you are just so overwhelmed with everything that you have to do, and you want your child to succeed, clearly you do, the best way to do that is to bring a tutor on board to help, so that a tutor can really sit and focus and give your child the intentional energy that they need in order to grasp the subject matter being taught. So that's the number 5 way to know if your child needs a tutor. The number 6 way to know if your child needs a tutor is if your child complains about the work. If your child constantly complains about the work being too hard, or I can't do it, or I don't know how to do it, well, your child most likely needs a tutor. Now, children who complain about it being too hard are probably the most honest children, because they will just tell it like it is. You don't have to guess if they're not understanding. You pretty much know. They will just come out and tell you it's too hard, I need help, I can't do it. And so that is the final way. If your child's complaining about the work that's being taught and it is appropriate for their grade level, but they're still complaining that it's too hard, your child needs a tutor. So I'm so excited because the next video I will be giving you all an opportunity to go forth and purchase some tutoring sessions at a really great price. I'm so excited. I believe that you are watching this video because you truly do have your child's best interest at heart. You truly want your child to succeed, and that's the whole purpose behind Keys to Success, is that we want to help your children succeed as well. And so our certified teachers are ready to help your children, and I just cannot wait. So stay tuned for the next video, and I will go step by step into detail as to how to purchase and how to get started with tutoring and get your child the help that they need to be successful this school year. All right, guys, have a great day, and I look forward to talking to you in the next video.